Hello, you're with us on BTTV. I'm Abha Bagaya. Let's take a look at how markets are doing at this hour. We've got a steady trade. In fact, this has been a pretty good week as we watch for those all-time highs. 63,531 on the Sensex is what we saw earlier today. Right now we're at 63,275. Nifty at 16,149 is where we're trading at right now. So just down a notch. We've got Kranti Vatini joining us this afternoon. Kranti, let me get a take from you. The broader markets also today clearly recalibrating after the run-up they've seen, so far this week. No other major cues to unsettle markets right now. Where do we stand according to you?
Yeah, but after Sensex touching a level of 16,588, which is a lifetime high, markets tend to be in a consolidation phase. So we can see some kind of profit booking that's we are observing across the board. But nothing to worry, stay invested. And it is obvious that market can get into some kind of consolidation phase whenever it touches the all-time highs. But there is still more legs to this rally, uh, and we are going to witness that in next couple of weeks.
Okay. Clearly, we will be witnessing it in the next couple of weeks for sure. We've had the growth target also, moved higher this time around. Leading brokerages and talking about Fitch, I think, is talking about a better growth forecast now going ahead, Kranti. So clearly, they're not as worried about monsoon impact. We heard some murmurs there about possibly it not meeting the mark. Growth definitely seems to be on track.
Absolutely, Abba. The growth is on track, but one concern of with respect to the monsoon, right now it is looking like a delayed monsoon. But how next couple of weeks monsoon is going to progress? Also, one thing one need to keep on radar. The reservoir levels in the different reservoirs also at par, but nothing to worry at this point of time. We need to closely observe how the things going to pan out, how the monsoon is going to progress in the main parts of the regions where the cultivation takes place. These are the parameters one need to keep in mind. But in terms of the growth is concerned, it is in line, and the advanced tax numbers and the GST numbers that have been coming are in favor of the markets. So right now, with all these momentum that's gathered, Sensex touched an all-time high, and it's quite obvious that market can be on a consolidation phase for a short while.
Okay, what did you make of the move in IT this week? Of course, we know why some of those export-led names were moving higher, but nonetheless, given the price points and valuations we're currently seeing some of those stocks trade at, and the recent outlook, what would you advise when it comes to some of the major IT names?
The beauty of this rally in this market is, of course, markets have been quite resilient. And there was a saying on the street, sell in May and go away. If somebody followed that norm, they would have missed the most part of the rally in the market. So back in June, we are at all-time highs. So when the markets are turning on a higher note, market money always chases the value. So there is a change some days in the leadership. So some days markets are chasing the large cap IT stocks where the valuations looks attractive, and despite of worries of global growth and the US slowdown, but what we are witnessing is some kind of cherry picking and bottom fishing that has been witnessing in IT stocks. So investors how they need to approach IT stocks. Long-term investors definitely in a staggered manner, nothing to there is no need to hurry, jump and buy immediately the IT stock. In a staggered manner, one can start accumulating IT stocks, the large cap IT stocks in a staggered manner for long-term horizon.
Okay, so that's on IT. We saw a lot of action in the mid cap and small cap segment. A lot of names hitting 52-week highs as well. What stood out to you there? If you're open to mentioning any of the names, or otherwise, from a larger strategic point of view as well, our broader market is looking more attractive now.
Yeah, whenever the market tend to be on a positive territory, we can see some kind of action in mid and small cap space, and always mid and small cap they're late to the party. but whenever they come to the party, the kind of noise they make is humongous, and the kind of wealth they create also on a higher note because of the high beta nature of these stocks. Uh, Coming to be specific, we discussed on your show earlier also, the defense stocks need to be on the investor's radar, and any stock, any dip in the defense stocks is a absolute warranted buy. And the defense stocks have been going up from past few days because of the order visibility, and also uh, uh, the Prime Minister Modi visit to US. There can be many defense contracts that are going to be signed, which Indian defense companies are going to get benefited. So many stock names like the Mazagam Rocket, just to be mentioned, like Garden Reach, these are the stocks like Data Pattern, just to name a few. The stocks have been rallied in the mid cap space. Uh, so there is much more room is left in these stocks. Right now, the valuations looks stretched, but any dip, any consolidation that comes in the stocks can be a good buy for the investors. One can think, we discussed on your show also, stock like HAL. The stock has rallied quite nicely from a level of 2,400 to now trading above 3,500 levels. So any dip that market gives, investors can build up their positions for a longer term perspective.
You know, some of these new age tech businesses, the mood seems to be changing there as well. Are any of them starting to look attractive given the slight turnaround we're seeing? Delivery, Paytm, Zomato.
Yeah, but these stocks, after touching the rock bottom levels, we can see some kind of activity. There is a rebound, complete rebound in names like Paytm. Uh, Investors with a high risk appetite, okay, at dips, they can accumulate these stocks. I'm not going to buy and jump in this, jump and buy these stocks immediately. Any dip that offers in the market, because the stocks have, from the bottom of their price range in past 3-4 months, the stocks have rallied, like just to name Paytm, it's rallied more than 50 to 60%. So I just tend to wait, okay, and as per the results and the profitability, the margin improves, high risk appetite investors can build up their positions.
Okay, fair enough. Kranti, so forget all the questions I've been asking you. What's top of your list right now when it comes to markets? You're clearly bullish. You know, have you changed things around recently? Have you booked profits anywhere? You know, what's most attractive or best return scenario according to you?
Still, there is uh, value left in big names like HDFC Bank. The stock has not participated in the rally. The one hand we have been discussing about Sensex touching all-time highs, but the HDFC Bank is not participated, and we can see some kind of value that's in the large cap stock like Reliance Industries. One need to keep these stocks on the radar, and one can accumulate for a longer term perspective. Of course, whenever there is a value and uh, price mismatch, when the valuations goes ahead of uh, prices, uh, one need to accumulate. But when there is a clear-cut mismatch between the price and value, one sometimes we need to book profits also.
Kranti, thanks so much for joining us. Great speaking with you. As always, look forward to catching up with you again soon.
Thanks,
Market
Abha.
steady.
It's a
It's
pleasure
been
to yes.
market steady. It's been a pretty decent week so far. Slight bit of consolidation being seen, but nothing to worry about.
I understand it's been busy days for you, that interactions have come, the composition abundance in millets. How was it interacting and putting forth a song together and on millets? Very interesting.
Yes, very interesting. Well, the idea came from him, obviously. And when I won a Grammy, I woke up one day, then I think in 2 days after